Like, your life is not normal. It's not no model that I want a mirror to follow, a money to follow, cadence to follow.
Okay.
Men are always the ones that have to take the high road in these types of situations when a woman just completely aired him out in public. For people to say that he's doing a good job for not, bashing her in public, how about she not bash him in the first place? This should never have gotten to this point to where she had admitted something like that in the public. Let's talk about this Young Joc video. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware that Young Joc was posted all on the Instagram blogs. I think it was Shade Room and On Site. He had a public conversation with his wife, right? And of course, I got the video, and we're going to talk about this. Let's play this Young Joc video, and you guys tell me, how do you feel about the way she talked about him in public?
Hey, you're right.
Exactly.
Everybody did
so
what you
don't try to. I know, but don't try to normalize.
I'm not
what you have done.
I absolutely am not. What
like
I'm saying,
your life is not normal. It's not no model that I want a mirror to follow, a money to follow, cadence to follow.
Okay.
She's basically saying that she don't want his kids and her kids to follow in his footsteps of the type of man that he is, or what she perceives him to be. But remember, this is a woman that is married to him. So for her to say that publicly about him, that has to cause issue in the household, right? So we're going to continue the video, but as you can see, before we even move forward, you could tell that she does not respect this guy, and that's unfortunate. So let's continue.
Not. Okay. And I don't think their mothers would either. So let's be honest. That's not something I would want for them.
I don't necessarily want that for them either.
Okay.
But don't sum me up just in the fact because I got kids. Because let me tell you something.
It's not just because you have children.
I'm gonna say it like this.
It's not just because you have children.
What you're not gonna do is do that.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's how you put it. You said you wouldn't want my son to be like me.
I wouldn't want them to do some of the things that you have done.
Oh, and I wouldn't want my daughters to do some of the things you've done. We're human. That's what I'm trying to say.
You would want them to do majority of the things that I've done.
Listen, what I'm saying is, when you talk about me, don't sum me up. Right? Don't sum me up on the worst.
So you can see right there, just for her bringing this up publicly and saying this, and I'm not one. You guys know that this is not the type of platform that I run in regards to speaking on people's relationships and things like that. Whatever works for them, works for them. But I just felt that this was very unfortunate that she decided to bring this up on a public platform where everybody can see that she does not respect this man and she's married to him. For her to keep over talking him, I immediately started to question, why did you decide to marry him if you felt like this about him? So it's just unfortunate to see men in these types of positions, and they have to actually defend themselves on a public platform when this is not something that men typically do. This is something that women do, and this needs to stop. So let's continue with the video.
Side of me, or what you consider the worst side of me, because ain't nobody fucking perfect. So don't do that. That's what we're not gonna do. Because as a man, guess what? I got to stand on mine too. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. I didn't go to college. Guess what? Fine. I want my kids to go to college. So we can say that right now. I don't want them to go that direction. I want them to go to college. I can say that with you too. Right. But don't sit here in front of the world, in front of a medium, and say, "Oh, I wouldn't want my son or your sons to be like you." Hold on. No, you gonna put some respect on my name, because at the end of the day, I'm successful. I take care of my kids. Ain't none of my kids out here in dire need of love and support. So we ain't gonna do that. Okay? Because I don't appreciate that. Because there's some things about you that I could say I wouldn't want my daughters to do.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to do that. I respect you and I love you enough.
I want this magazine to know what it is about me. You don't want your daughters.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Be my guest.
I'm not going to do that.
So basically what she's trying to do now is she's trying to make sure there's a tit for tat. So if he exposes some things about her, she's going to feel better about herself for saying what she said about him in public. And that's typically how these things happen. But then I was looking in the comment section, and most of the women say, yeah, I commend him for handling it like that. And that was unfortunate, because it seems like men are always the ones that have to take the high road in these types of situations when a woman just completely aired him out in public. So for people to say that he's doing a good job for not, bashing her in public, how about she not bash him in public in the first place, so he won't have to be the bigger man to do that, or walk his, or kind of, I guess, stave off his comments about her. This should never have gotten to this point to where she had admitted something like that in the public. And like I said, sometimes people look at everything as, as entertainment. But when you're dealing with marriage and something as sensitive as you saying that you don't want my kids to be like me, that's something that you need to keep in house. If a woman respects you, she would never do that. And one of the overarching narratives that I saw in the comment section from women, they were saying, look, don't correct me in public, correct me in private. But on the flip side is that, why don't you protect my image in public so I won't have to correct you at all? And that's basically what she did not do. This content shit is getting to people's heads. Let's finish the video.
Light it, honey.
I'm not gonna do that. That's where we have to draw the line.
Okay.
Because I don't care because the camera in front of me or somebody asking me questions. I'm not gonna reveal my everything that go on with me. Just like right now, you ain't gonna sit here in front of these people and tell what your credit score is. You ain't gonna sit here and tell them your social security number. You ain't gonna sit here and tell them what's in your bank account either.
I won't.
Okay, so some things are better left fucking unsaid and in the private, and that's what I'm gonna do. So when you addressing me, don't ever make it seem like I'm the worst of the worst. Because I'm not.
Okay.
Because I came through and changed your life. And it wasn't about me having no money. It was about the integrity. It was about the integrity.
So I don't know if y'all caught that. He said, and it wasn't about any money. And she was like, right, it definitely went about money. So she was basically calling him broke in the public eye. And that's a damn shame. I catch little things like that. It was very subtle. A lot of people glazed over that. But she just basically called that man broke, and she didn't marry him for his money, which some people will say, oh, that's a good thing. However, for her to say it like that, nah, man, I know exactly how she meant it, and she got her point across very well. And like I said, JOC shouldn't even have to do all this talking on the public platform because of the fact that this should have been taken care of offline if she felt like that. And honestly, I would have told him not to air this shit because it makes him look emasculated. It makes him look feminine, and it puts her in a masculine position because of the fact that she is not listening to anything that he's saying. She's talking over him, and you can honestly tell that. And like I said, I could be wrong. They may be happy behind closed doors, but basically from what I see on this video clip or these two video clips, yeah, she don't respect him. And if he's okay with that, who am I to judge anybody's relationship? It is what it is. But this is a bad look for young JOC. Let's continue.
Integrity. It was about me standing up for you. It was about me helping you open your eyes to see things that no other man has gotten you to do. So when you talk about me and address me, please be mindful of that, because I love you for who you are, good and bad.
You know, I love you for who you are.
But I would never say to the world that I wouldn't want my daughters to be like you, because then it makes me question, why are you with me?
I'm not with you for the bad things. I'm not with you for having outside.
Well, just don't ever say that again, please.
Okay. Well, you asked me.
You got it in this interview. Don't let me hear you say that again.
Okay.
Ever, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate
it. Man, so he asked a good question. He was like, hey, well, why are you with me if you feel this way? These types of problems come with guys who don't have an abundance mindset. When you have a scarcity mindset. I've been very vocal in regards to me going to therapy for my commitment issues. I had to deal with those. However, me dealing with my commitment issues through therapy does not mean that they are telling me to stick it out when I'm being disrespected. Absolutely not. It's still left up to my discretion. If I feel that a relationship, whether work or personal, is not benefiting me, then I will leave your ass where you standing. Okay, you love me. Cool. But respect comes first. And that comes from any relationship that I have with people that I work with, people that I consider colleagues, my friends, my family. I don't care who you are. If respect isn't there, you will leave my life immediately. The therapy is for me to understand how to deal with certain things and come to an agreement to where I can ask certain questions that will make me come to a resolution to see if I'm willing to keep you in my life or not. Instead of me just cutting it off immediately, I'm going to go through my steps. just to make sure that I can resolve this issue. If I can't, you will go. But like I said, a lot of guys aren't in that position to do that because they feel that this is the last woman that I'm possibly going to get, so I'm going to stick with her. I don't have that mindset. I'm getting married, but I make enough money to afford the divorce. And what that basically means is that if you start to act up, if you change from the woman that I decided to marry, you will leave my life. And I have no problem with paying for the divorce. And that goes with you gaining weight. That goes with your attitude, the things that you've been doing for me as a girlfriend. If you stop doing those things when you become my wife, trust and believe you will leave my life immediately, because I don't have time to waste. And I don't have time to live in a world where I'm sitting there stressed out because of my wife is acting a fool. And I'm supposed to stick it out because of the fact that this is my wife and you guys got married. It's for better or for worse. No, it's for better or for worse if you do your part, because I'm going to do my part. I'm going to make sure that you're happy, and I expect the same treatment in return. If you don't give me that, you got to go. It's that simple. And like I said, a lot of guys aren't in that position. I wish that you would be in that position. I hope that you can get to that position where you feel like, hey, if you're not serving my life in a positive way, then you can leave. I never like to see guys in a scarcity mindset to where they feel that, hey, if I let this go, then I'm going to have to pay this certain amount, because of the divorce, you're going to take half my shit. Nah, bro. Before you get married, you need to make sure you have everything in place, get your prenup going on. And this is just not for men. This is also for women as well. Women scream from the mountaintops that they're making so much money. So I'm going to throw you in this here as well. If you're making so much money, you need to get a prenup as well. I make sure that I am covered to the point where I will not live in a scarcity mindset. You will not be in my life if you are not serving me in a positive way, personal and professional.